and welcome to chapter 5 of the Magical Readathon. It is the final chapter. I just did something stupid though. I just went through the chapter online to find out my prompts and I forgot to film myself doing it. So I'm just going to have to tell you and you'll skip all of that. But that was really fun. I just want to take a second to say that G from Book Roast, who made this, is just incredible. That was my favourite readathon experience ever because I loved the fact that you just find out your prompts as you go. I really hope more people do stuff like this. But I think G is so inventive, it's so creative, and the whole website was incredible. It's still open now, like there wasn't a particular time that you had to do it. So anyone can do it now if they just want to do it at their own pace and work their way through the chapters. So let's tell you what prompts I got. I got 3 more prompts. Exhausting. I was hoping I would just get 1, but I'm really pleased because if you remember at the end of last week's vlog, before I opened this, I was just saying that the book I really want to read is P.S. I Still Love You. Is that what it's called? The sequel to All the Boys I Loved Before. And I was hoping it would fit with one of my prompts, and one of my prompts was read the first book you think of, so that's perfect. So that's what I'm going to do literally right now. So I'm going to lie on the sofa, listen to that audiobook. I got 2 other prompts. One of them was to read a book from the top shelf, either of your own bookshelf or from the library, so that's perfect because my top shelf is my TBR shelf. And then my final prompt was to read a book that is shorter than the last one you finished. So you know what, those are all pretty good prompts. They're pretty open to me choosing whatever I really feel like reading, which is very nice. So I'm gonna start listening to that audiobook right now. I am so thrilled that worked out the way I wanted it. I have been listening to P.S. I Still Love You for hours last night, for hours this morning. I'm basically halfway through already. We just got John Ambrose McLaren's letter. I love this series so much.
John Ambrose McLaren. I feel around in my bag to make sure the letter is still in there.
I have literally not left the house today. What a perfect Sunday. But I did film like 3 videos for Drinking by My Shelf, so I finally broke through that slump of not wanting to film anything, and we just finished season 2 of You, which I thought was great. I genuinely thought like season 2 was a lot better than book 2, and there's definitely going to be a season 3 from the way they set it up. So yeah, I thought it was really good fun, and I'm loving P.S. I Still Love You. I'm like over halfway now and I only just started last night. It feels like this is actually the holiday ending because technically I went back to work on Thursday, but there was almost nobody there in the office, so it felt like a ghost town, and I worked from home on Friday. So it just feels like I'm still kind of on the Christmas holidays, but this is it officially ending. I feel pretty bummed. And I feel a little bit ill, but I don't know if that's just because of my body being like, here would be a good excuse to not go to work, so I'm going to push on through and just get into the office and see if I feel better.
She glances at me. John gives me a searching look. Okay, well, I just told you, so you obviously owe me that same courtesy.
Look what I made. This is a super cheesy mushroom truffle risotto, and on top we're gonna have some roasted portobello mushrooms, some fancy ass cheese. I don't even know how to pronounce the word it's called. Tuiles?
Oh.
Something. And some chopped hazelnuts.
Yum, yum, yum.
Morning. Archie and I are off to do circuits at the gym, which, wow, my post-Christmas self is not ready for. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I don't want to do another one. That was so tiring. Wow. What a way to start off the week. I've got P.S. I Still Love You in my ears on my way to work, and I'm going to try one of these new vegan Greg's steak bakes. Very intrigued. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's pitch black, so you can't even see me, but I just finished P.S. I Still Love You. I am so obsessed with this. I've been swayed. I am fully team John Ambrose McLaren. I can't wait for the movie to see him be brought to life to that. I'm so hyped up. How am I gonna sleep? Getting out of bed honestly just gets harder and harder. I used to love winter, and now I feel like winter is really getting in my way. Because when you wake up and it's so pitch black, it just feels like this can't really be what I meant to do, right? Anyway, I'm gonna go choose my next book. So the next prompt for the readathon is to read a book from the top shelf. Let's go and have a look at my top TBR shelf. So this is what my top shelf looks like. These are basically the books I have had for the longest. Which one do I feel like reading today? Maybe a thriller. So the thrillers on here are Give Me Your Hand, Megan Abbott. The Dangerous Kind by Deborah O'Connor. This one looks good. It's quite long though. And The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell, which was Lala talking about this the other day. I think she did really like, but maybe she really didn't like. I know there were some feelings involved. I really can't decide. I'm too tired to decide. This is the one I've had for the longest, and I always like getting books off my TBR I've had for ages. This one is about like the dangerous people that exist within society. So it's the breakout thriller of 2019 that will make you second guess everyone you meet. Hashtag 1 in 100 people. I mean, that sounds great. And the family upstairs. In a large house in Chelsea, a baby is awake in her cot. In the kitchen lie 3 decomposing corpses. They've been dead for several days. I think I'm going to follow my original thought and go for the one I've owned for the longest, because that actually always feels the most satisfying to me. No, hang on, I'm back. I changed my mind. I'm going to read The Dangerous Kind because it's longer, because my final prompt is just to read a book that's shorter than the one you read before. So if I read this, as long as it doesn't take me too long to get through it, this will leave me more options open for my next book. Clever Emma. This book is super, super dark so far. There are some really like chilling scenes. I'm really hooked. I'm only that far through, so I'm going to sit. It's not even 9 o'clock, so I'm going to sit on the sofa the rest of my evening and see how far through I can get this. But hopefully like not get too freaked out before bed. I just hit myself in the face with it. Moving into bed, but I cannot put this book down. So I got like halfway through this book last night. It is really gripping, more than halfway actually. I'm absolutely loving it. I will say it's not really about what I thought it was going to be about. Like the whole concept here of the dangerous kind, like 1 in 100 people are these potentially dangerous people. It's not really about that. Like it starts like that because the main woman works on a show that's about exploring potentially dangerous people, but it's like an 11-year-old show, and they're kind of looking to shake it up a bit, and then from then on it hasn't really been mentioned again so far, that concept. It's more just like a straightforward thriller about like domestic violence and stuff. It's really, really disturbing and it's really gripping, so I'm absolutely loving it. It's just like not what I expected it was going to be. But yeah, I can't wait to find out what happens, and like how there's quite a few different perspectives we hear, and I've got a few theories about how they're all going to connect, so I'm excited to find out if I was right. Just got back from a really nice dinner out. Didn't film anything all day, but I really enjoyed reading this one on the way into work. Then on my lunch break, oh my god, McDonald's are doing this deal at the moment where you get a free menu item every day of the month. So I literally had like a half-hour round walk just to go to McDonald's on my lunch break, get my free cheese bites, bring them back. That was an irrelevant story. Then I went out for dinner, had a nice night, now I'm back. And I've got like just enough left of this book where it's not short enough to really justify staying up and reading it when I'm so tired, but it's also not long enough to not read it before going to bed. So I think I'm gonna read it before I fall asleep. I'm gonna get ready and climb into bed now, and I'm just like, this is a really fast read. For quite a relatively long book, I've just sorted through it, so I think I'll finish it pretty quickly and then fall asleep, but then I only have 1 book left for the readathon. And I finished it. I thought the ending of this one was a little bit over the top, as like the ending of thrillers often are. It's actually really rare that I get to the end of a thriller and I'm not a little bit let down by it, or find it's either anticlimactic or it's like too over the top. I thought this one was a little bit too over the top, and there were bits about it that just like didn't feel believable, that the characters would have done that, and also that didn't really tie themselves up properly. So yeah, I'm gonna end up giving this one a 3, which is a shame because I was liking it a lot while reading it. It's still really readable, but getting to the end, I'm not sure like who I would recommend it to, because it didn't have a satisfying conclusion, I didn't think. So 2 books down for the readathon. Now it's bedtime, and all I have to do tomorrow is choose a book that is shorter than this one. So my final book for this readathon is going to be Severance by Ling Ma. I've just bought that one on my Kindle. We're doing a video for Book Break that's about the best Chinese books, and I've had that one recommended a lot. Or books by Chinese authors. She's a Chinese American author. So I'm really excited about that one. It's like apparently like a kind of like zombie apocalypse book, which is not my genre at all, but like a literary version of that lots of people have recommended, even if they also wouldn't usually read that stuff. So I'm excited for that one. Now I have to go and get a smear test, which I'm super not excited about. One of the first booktube videos I did like 3 years ago was, I haven't rewatched it, it's probably so stupid. It was like a Harry Potter and the cervical smear test. It was last time I had to go for it, and I like revved myself up for it by comparing it to Harry Potter, and I can't remember how. That's probably so stupid. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Harry Potter wants you to get your cervical smear test. You know what the moral of this story is? Open the Chamber of Secrets. That would be better if I could win.
Anyway, wish me luck, that's what I'm going to do now. Severance is so bizarre and I am loving it. So I'm like a little under halfway through at the moment. It's basically like 2 different books in one. So there's this it's kind of split between like before and after this epidemic hit, which is turning people into essentially zombies, but they're, you know, different from any zombie I've read in any other book before. And in the before bits, it's just our main character Candace. It reminds me actually of Writers and Lovers, the book I just read in last week's vlog, and that it's just about a young woman and her job and her love life, and she's a little bit quirky and she's still figuring things out. So it's just this kind of like offbeat, relatable life in New York. And then the other half is like, it's the closest thing that I would compare it to is Station 11. It's that kind of dystopian where it's not really about being like a dystopian or sci-fi or fantasy or any of that. It's just using that weird setting to explore humans. It's bizarre and it's really creepy, and the way that the zombies work in this is really weird. So they're not threatening, or at least so far they're not threatening at all. They're just like shells of humans stuck on repeat. It's called being fevered, they don't call them zombies. It's bizarre, but I'm so hooked on it. So I'm home alone for a little bit this evening while Archie's out. So what I really need to do is edit a video, because tomorrow is Friday when I'm supposed to post my videos. Hi Hippo, come up. Hi. Usually you hide from the camera, huh? You just wanted to say hi to me? Tomorrow is Friday and I haven't edited my Balancing the Books video that's ready to go up then. Hi cutie. But what I actually just want to do is sit on the sofa and read my book. So I'm going to try and edit the video as quickly as I can, and then I can go back to reading. But now Hippo's sitting on me, I feel like I'm not going anywhere. As always, editing that video took me bloody ages. So now it is coming up for 11, so I'm climbing into bed. I'm going to read a little bit of the book before I go to sleep. But because I only have the book on my phone, I don't want to read too much, because obviously that's looking at a phone screen, which is not good sleep hygiene, and I'm really trying to get back into a good routine. I feel like post-Christmas I still am all over the place. I usually don't sleep with my phone in the room at all, so I just have not got back on track, or back on top of my shit. I don't think I've ever been so pleased that it's Friday. The first full week back at work is really just a killer. And I don't even have to be in the office for the full day today. I'm going to go in now. It's a pretty late start. It's like coming up for 9 now, so I won't be in the office till 10. I'll be there for the morning, and then I'm coming back to film a video snuggled up on my sofa. So it's going to be a really nice Friday. And I'm going to plan to finish Severance today. I'm basically exactly halfway through. So I read on my commute, and then I've got no plans again tonight. That's my second Friday night just snuggled at home. So I'm going to try and finish it. I'm absolutely loving it. I kind of want to go and buy the physical copy so that I can read the rest of it in the physical copy, because I kind of always enjoy that more, but I haven't got time, so I'm trying to buy it afterwards. Okay, book break video filmed, so now I'm just working on the sofa for the rest of the day, and then I can finish my book. I'm like 75% of the way through. It's interesting what a low proportion of the book is actually dedicated to the zombie apocalypse bit. It's like those are just like little random bursts throughout what's otherwise a more normal seeming book. It's fascinating. It's unlike anything I've read before. I'm absolutely loving it. Like, if I keep loving it this much for the rest of the book, it will be a 5-star read. And I finished, which is such a good feeling, because that means I've also finished the Magical Readathon. This has literally taken over the last 6 weeks of my life. I'm genuinely very excited that tomorrow I'm going to wake up and have a weekend and have lots of fun and chill out, and I don't have to film any of it. That is such a relief at this point. But that said, I've really enjoyed this readathon. Again, massive well done to G from Book Roast for creating this. It's just like the most unique readathon that I've ever taken part in, and I'm really excited for. I think she does them like every 6 months. Definitely going to take part all over again. And I did end up giving Severance 5 stars, so that was a really great way to end the readathon. Whew, I'm just so happy. Do leave comments below if you guys also took part in this readathon. What prompts did you get? What did you read? And like leave links if you made vlogs, because I definitely want to watch and see other people go along this journey. But for now, I am putting the camera down and enjoying my weekend in peace. See you next time.